Coping with a miscarriage can be so tough when we're in the trauma of it. We often can't see past the limitation and the hopelessness and brokenness of what happens when we've had a tender dream just really crushed by circumstance. Whatever you're feeling is okay. And please just be so gentle and nurturing with yourself as you're going through these things, because it can definitely be messy and you'll cycle through all the emotions. If you're ready to release this pain, honor your experience, and open your heart to welcoming a future baby, then this EFT tapping is for you to support you in finding peace, hope, and healing. Hey, I'm Dr. Megan Monday, and I've been in private practice for 13 years, and I have helped many women heal from a miscarriage. Miscarriage can be one of the hardest challenges. It's the promise of a new beginning, followed by an ending, followed by a new beginning. And so I designed this EFT tapping to help women like you gently process your feelings of grief, loss, fear, while also cultivating hope, self-compassion, and openness for future possibilities. Through this guided practice, we'll work on to release the heavy emotions that may be weighing on you. Now, miscarriages are really different for everyone. And so the really intention here is to make space for healing and to call in your future baby with love and intention. Please note that this video offers a gentle, nurturing space for you to shift some of those emotions, but it is not a substitute for therapy or medical advice. So just allow yourself to move at your own pace and be gentle with whatever feelings arise. If you're new to emotional freedom technique, let me just tell you a little bit about it. It is a type of energy psychology technique that combines acupressure points with mindset restructuring, and it can be really powerful. Just like anything, practice makes perfect. I don't really believe in perfection, but we say progress, not perfection. But I just want to invite you to do this practice over and over as many times as you need. Try it for 30 days, see how it goes. So if you're a newbie, don't worry, I'm going to guide you through. Just do what I do. And if you are an expert, then you know the drill. Let's just get going. So the very first part is the setup statement. One thing you'll notice with setup statements is usually it's even though blah, blah, blah. And then it's whatever I deeply love and accept myself. So that's sort of like the beginning and the ending word stem. So we're also going to do the karate chop, which is just this little part of your hand right here, gently tapping it on your other hand. And we're going to repeat it 3 times. So let's get going. Even though I'm carrying deep sadness for this loss, I deeply love and completely accept myself and my emotions. Even though I'm carrying deep sadness from this loss, I deeply and completely accept myself and my emotions. Even though I'm carrying deep sadness from this loss, I deeply and completely love and accept myself and my emotions. Whew, that can feel like a tall order when we're grieving something so dear to us. But radical acceptance of the hard things is really what it's all about. Next one. Even though I feel heartbroken and afraid to hope again, I honor my feelings and give myself space to heal. Even though I feel heartbroken and afraid to hope again, I honor my feelings and give myself space to heal. Even though I feel heartbroken and afraid to hope again, I honor my feelings and give myself space to heal. Even though I feel heartbroken and afraid to hope again, I honor my feelings and give myself space to heal. One more. Even though I've been experiencing a painful loss, I open myself to love, healing, and the possibility of new beginnings. Even though I've experienced a painful loss, I open myself to love, healing, and the possibility of new beginnings. Even though I've experienced a painful loss, I open myself to love, healing, and the possibility of new beginnings. Oh my gosh, those statements brought up all the feels. Whenever we're doing grief work, whatever you're feeling is okay. And please just be so gentle and nurturing with yourself as you're going through these things, because it can definitely be messy and you'll cycle through all the emotions. The first stages is often denial, bargaining, sadness, anger, acceptance, right? And then some of us want to just jump to acceptance, but it takes a lot of courage to feel some of those tougher feelings. And we're going to hit those in the next round. Now we're going to do some new positions. You may already know the drill here, but basically this thing, we're going to hit these little tender spots right here, and then what we call the brow line, and then finish with the top of the head. Okay, so follow along with me. Remember, we can stop at any time and, just take care of yourself through the process. Eyebrows. The sadness I feel after my loss. The sadness I feel after my loss. Side eye. The heartbreak of losing a part of myself. The heartbreak of losing a part of myself. Under eye. The fear and grief that's been with me. The fear and grief that's been with me. Under the nose. Feeling afraid to hope for the future. Feeling afraid to hope for the future. Chin. This deep sadness that feels so overwhelming. Oh, I could just drop a little tear right here. This deep sadness that feels so overwhelming. The weight of losing someone so precious. The weight of losing someone so precious. Underarm. I feel this pain in my heart and my soul. I feel this pain in my heart and in my soul. Top of the head. The fear that I may never experience the joy I long for. The fear that I may never experience the joy that I long for. I felt that. Now the second round is hopefully a little easier. It's about gently releasing the pain, starting with the eyebrows. I honor my sadness and allow myself to grieve. I honor my sadness and allow myself to grieve. Side eye. I release the fear that I can't hope again. I release the fear that I can't hope again. Under eye. I choose to be gentle with myself during this pain. I choose to be gentle with myself during this pain. Under the nose. I honor this love I feel for what I lost. I honor the love that I feel for what I lost. Chin. I release the feeling that I am broken. I release the feeling that I am broken. Collarbone. I allow myself to feel and heal step by step. It's so annoying that we have to feel to heal, but it is a necessary step. I allow myself to feel and heal step by step. Underarm. I am open to receiving the peace in my heart. I am open to receiving the peace in my heart. Top of the head. I let go of guilt, fear, and sadness one layer at a time. I let go of guilt, fear, and sadness one layer at a time. Wow, those statements can work so well for grief of any kind, but I think a miscarriage is particularly tender. So now we're going to call in new hope and possibility with this final round. So we're going to start again. Hopefully this one will be a little bit easier. I open my heart to the possibility of new life. I open my heart to the possibility of new life. Side eye. I honor my strength, my resilience, and my love. I honor my strength, my resilience, and my love. Under eye. I am worthy of hope, peace, and a future filled with love. I am worthy of hope, peace, and a future filled with love. Yes. Under the nose. I trust my body and my spirit. I trust my body and my spirit. I welcome the possibility of a future pregnancy with love. I welcome the possibility of a future pregnancy with love. Collarbone. I invite a future baby into my heart and life. I invite a future baby into my heart and life. Okay, sorry. Such a mushy mess. That's okay though. We're radical self-acceptance. Underarm. I'm creating space for my healing and hope. I am creating space for my healing and hope. And finally, top of the head, I open myself to love, healing, and the possibility of new life. I open myself to the love, healing, and possibility of a new life inside me. Oh, so good. It can be so brave and so tender to feel the feelings of grief. And sometimes they come at the most unexpected, worst times. And so just want to say that I am sorry for your loss if you found your way to this video. Coping with a miscarriage can be so tough. I've worked with many women who've not only had miscarriages, but then go on to get pregnant. And then next thing I know, the little toddlers are running around my office. And the next thing we know, they're growing like a weed. And so it's really beautiful. One of the best parts about being a therapist and a coach and a healer is to see the full circle moment. And when we're in the trauma of it, we often can't see past the limitation and the hopelessness and brokenness of what happens when we've had a tender dream just really crushed by circumstance. And so I just want to say that healing from a miscarriage is totally possible. And I've witnessed so many mothers really be so mindful and love and cherish their baby in such a powerful way, having cleared the grief of the miscarriage. And it's almost more precious when you've gone through something like that. So I just want to thank you so much for letting me be someone to support you through this process. And it's really tough to be a woman sometimes, and life is both beautiful and traumatic. And I think the experience of a miscarriage is very much a combination of the two. I do want to give some tips on manifesting after loss. It's not uncommon when we've had a trauma that we are hyper vigilant to what's not working, right? And just in general, my advice to people, women who want to get pregnant, is to have really great sex. That is what makes babies. Okay, I know that we have ovulation kits and apps and monitoring, but it does not happen up here, y'all. It's an embodied process. And so when we want to get pregnant, especially after a trauma, it's really important, one, to feel the feelings, to process the grief. But then, like the tapping said, have faith to open up again. And it can be so hard to trust after we've had our heart broken by trauma. If you know me, I'm big into manifestation and mindset. And so I just wanted to share a little piece. When I was manifesting my baby, my husband and I got together and we did a little ritual. We had a name picked out. So I believe it was New Year's. We said what we wanted. We rang a little bell. We sort of undid. For example, if you're a teenager and you don't want to get pregnant and you've said things like, I hope I'm not going to get pregnant. I hope I'm not going to get pregnant. I feel like an important part of the ritual, or in this case, after a miscarriage, is to really say, I'm ready to get pregnant now. And I believe that it's possible. And I believe that I can carry a full baby to term. So I think it's really important, one, to have some beautiful lovemaking. Two, if you so desire, to do a manifestation ritual. A lot of this channel is about mindset. I find future scripting really helpful. So it could be something like, I'm so happy and grateful that I have honored the tragic experience that I've gone through. I've held myself through it, which, by the way, there's no better mothering practice than holding yourself through something as tough and tender as a miscarriage. So that is an initiation in itself. I'm feeling the feels, y'all. To be a woman, it's such a range of the feels. So again, we don't want to self-handicap and brace for future trauma. It's natural to want to do that. It's very human. We all do it. And yet we want to put out what we want to have. So it could be something like, I'm so happy and grateful that I've healed the trauma of the miscarriage. I'm so proud of the way I handled myself. I used my support team of my therapist, my coach, my partner, my bestie, a circle of women around me, my mom, my sister, whoever you have in your life. And I am calling in my fate and destiny of having a beautiful family. I am amazed at how quickly it happens. I am so excited to be pregnant again. I'm ready to be a mom. I have a happy, healthy pregnancy. Everything goes right. I hear the baby's heartbeat right away. Well, I get the positive pregnancy test. I hear the baby's heartbeat. We take all of the scary tests and they all turn out okay. And I can just take a big, deep breath and trust that this is meant for me. I'm meant to be a mother, and I'm calling in my new baby. I have a beautiful, healthy pregnancy, and I have a beautiful, healthy birth, and I am holding my baby in my arms, and it is so. I hope this was helpful for you in clearing some of the trauma and grief. Again, do highly recommend healing, whether it's with a therapist, a healer, this channel, like whatever your MO is. But I do feel with something as big as a miscarriage, it's helpful to have some in-person support. But I hope this was a helpful video, and feel free to watch it over and over again as you're healing and preparing for your new baby. And leave a comment down below, and when your baby arrives, send me some sonogram pics and baby pics because I want to see and celebrate with you. Thanks for watching. Bye.